a lot more money than you.
Not a problem. I grew up with a mother who emasculated my father financially and in every other aspect of his life, so really, it's what I think love looks like.
Be right back. I'm gonna go check on him. Maybe it's a good thing we came here and listen a lesson on what not to do.
Yeah, I don't want something dumb like money to come between us.
No, you won't. Let's just promise to figure this kind of stuff out before we get married.
Why are you being so bossy?
Why are you being a baby?
I'm not a baby. I'm a grown man, and I made the bed. Now, where's my star?
Should we go?
Yeah, hang on. I want to see if you get the star.
This heat is brutal. As someone from the tropical subcontinent of India, you should know that fanning yourself in a humid environment only raises your body temperature.
Huh. That does explain why the servants used to look so hot when they were fanning me. Let's get our minds off how uncomfortable we are. We could take some more simulated instrument readings.
My major focus at the moment is keeping my claustrophobia at bay.
How's that going?
You tell me. I feel like I can't breathe, and I am tempted to crack you open and suck the air right out of your lungs.
Sure, if this is too much, we can stop.
We're not stopping.
You don't want to bite my head off.
I apologize. I'm plagued by an internal struggle.
If you would just use the bucket, you'd be so much more comfortable.
My struggle is emotional.
Is it Amy?
It's dark matter. When I entered the field of string theory, I was a prodigy. I rose to a position of respect, and I assumed my career would continue on that upward trajectory. Now here I am in my 30s, and back at square one. And frankly, it's frightening.
Shannon, you know what I think of when I'm scared? Voyager.
Voyager the space probe or Voyager the Star Trek TV show?
The space probe.
Good, because I am too hot and tired to go on about how much I hate Voyager the TV show.
By the time I was born, Voyager 1's mission was supposed to be over. It had seen Jupiter, Saturn, all their moons, but it kept going. When I left India for America, I was never more scared in my life. I had no idea what lay ahead. Whenever I feel that way, I think about how Voyager is still out there, somewhere beyond our solar system, going further than anyone ever thought it could.
Don't leave! You can do this!
Sheldon, is everything okay?
It's too late for Cougar Polly. Let's go!
11 minutes. That's longer than I thought.
Okay, this is definitely the most fun thing we can do with the money.
Never done it on a big old pile of cash before.
I really love it. It's my first time too. So sorry I made you feel bad about the money stuff.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay. I want us to be partners, equals. Adults in a mature relationship.
I want that too.
Here, let's talk about your birthday party.
Laser, laser,
Do you really need me to transcribe this?
You're not doing it for me. You're doing it for future generations who will benefit from my struggle.
Sheldon's mind simulation log. Entry 4. My Kit Kat is melted. All is lost.
You call yourself a friend? I was trying to help you, and in the first sign of trouble, you ran away, leaving me to fend off a family of rats. You're a completely selfish human being and a physical and a moral coward. His statements of the obvious continue to annoy.
try and find the neurochemicals that lead to the feeling of shame.
What would a one-celled organism have to be embarrassed about?
Same as all of us, getting out of a car without underwear.
Speaking of underwear, I have some interesting news.
Okay, if it's sometimes Howie wears yours, Leonard already told us.
He was being funny. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I was asked to be a part of a magazine article about the 50 sexiest female scientists in California. Isn't that cool?
I think it's awful.
Why would you say that?
Bernadette is a successful microbiologist. She should be celebrated for her achievements, not her looks. I mean, what kind of message does that send?
I think the message is check out the rack on that scientist.
Why can't someone be thought of as both smart and pretty?
I just don't think a professional woman should have to flaunt her sexuality in order to get ahead.
Okay, what's the big deal? Look, if it helps you make a stand with a physician, I don't think it hurts to flirt a little. Right? Laugh at their joke, touch their arm, maybe crank up the AC in the car beforehand, you know, to wake up the girls.
Maybe it's different in the world of sales, but it's already hard enough for women to be taken seriously in science.
I'm kind of excited about the article, but now you're making me feel bad.
Now, I think you should do whatever you want. You know, maybe if fashion magazines had female scientists in them, I would have become a theoretical physicist. Stop smirking at each other.
Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state that nearly 14 million years ago expansion started. Wait, began a cootie, our tropes began a droopy, and with all developed tools, we built a wall, we built a pyramid. Math, science, history, unraveling the mystery that all started with a big bang. Hey! No, thank you. Delivery men are the unsung foot soldiers of our nation's commerce. It's because of people like you, people like me can limit our human contact. I'd shake your hand, but, well, you know.
I'm not a delivery man, I'm a doctor, although I do often deliver alarming biopsy results to my patients.
That's humorous.
All right.
Yeah, I bet you leave your patients in stitches. That was also humorous.
All right.
Are you bringing flowers to a patient to cushion the blow of a terminal diagnosis? That wasn't a joke.
All right. These are actually for a nice woman who makes sales calls to my office.
You know, they have delivery people that will do that for you.
I was hoping to impress her by tracking her down on the internet and then showing up unannounced at her door.
Making the extra effort. Good for you.
Great timing. We just got here.
Oh, Siam Palace?
Yes.
Meat raw and chicken satay?
Yes.
Extra peanut sauce?
No, but you can have mine.
Very well. Oh, and on the topic of sharing things that are yours, there is a gentleman caller bringing flowers to your fiance as we speak.
Why didn't you say that first?
And why didn't you get extra peanut sauce? You both play this game.
Can I help you?
Oh, hi. Does Penny live here?
May I ask why?
Well, I met her in my office. She winked at me. I came hoping to initiate a romantic relationship.
But I'm pretty sure she didn't wink at you.
Oh, she did. Seductively, like this. And then she touched my arm for 2 Mississippis, like, you know, 1 Mississippi, 2.
I got it. Listen, I think there's been a misunderstanding. Penny is my fiance.
Really? I've never seen her wear an engagement ring.
Really?
So, am I to presume that her flirtation was just a sales technique?
I think so.
I'm lying. It's just like the cute girl at the pet store all over.
Excuse me?
Oh, she touched my arm for 5 Mississippis, and I bought a $2,000 iguana habitat. Which she was always too busy to come over and see. You get this to Penny. You're a lucky man.
Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, you probably don't want her to see this. It's unnecessarily graphic.
Hold on, Doctor. Where are your social skills? This man is clearly upset. We should invite him in for a hot beverage.
You tried to score him with Penny.
So have these two, and they're having dinner with us.
So, how was work today?
It was fine, but you'll be happy to know they pulled the sexy scientist article.
What happened?
I don't know. They just canceled the photo shoot and said they're rethinking it.
I'm really sorry, but I think it's for the best. You want people focusing on your achievements, not staring at your breasts in some magazine.
I guess. It's really not that important. Hey, up here.
Sorry, I was just talking with them. So, look, I wasn't going to say anything, but since you seem to be okay with the article being canceled, I have a little confession. I'm the reason it was pulled.
What? How?
I sent the editors of the magazine a scathing email.
Minnie, what did you say?
I simply pointed out that they would never consider doing an article ranking male scientists on their sexuality, let alone showing them in various stages of undress.
Because no one wants to see Neil deGrasse Tyson in a white t-shirt bent over the hood of a Porsche.
It doesn't make a difference because they agreed it was in bad taste, and now you agree, so maybe save the day.
No, what happened was you got jealous, so you took away a chance.
Listen to this. This is from 2 days ago. Hi, hope you're having a good day. Who has time for this constant sexting?
Maybe we have lost our focus.
It wouldn't kill us to get together and brainstorm ideas.
Ooh, we could have one of those retreats.
Like our own science retreat.
My cousin has a cabin out in the woods.
I'm not going to a cabin in the woods. Did you see the movie Cabin in the Woods?
And then we'll go to a hotel.
A hotel? Did you see The Shining?
We could go up to Big Bear, get a house on the lake.
Well, did you see the lake house?
Nothing bad happens in the lake house.
Well, no, not to them, to me. Time traveling mailbox. By the time it travels an hour, I have my life down the toilet.
Fine, then we'll just stay here.
Well, you didn't suggest a beach house.
You would go to a beach house?
Well, good Lord, no. You seen Jaws?
So the guys and I are talking about having kind of a science retreat this weekend. I just want to know if that's okay. You and I talked about coming to brunch on Sunday.
Want to go to Vegas this weekend?
Of course I do.
We're gonna have girls speak in Vegas. You in?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I'll check flights.
I'll check hotels.
I'll check my underpants. I'm so excited. I think I peed.
They seem okay with it.
Hey! Oh, I didn't think you'd make it.
Why not?
You have a steady girlfriend now, and we assumed you'd have to stay home to lower the food down to her in the pit.
For your information, Emily's working tonight.
One would assume I'm getting out of the pit.
48 hours, there are no distractions. Let's change the world.
Thinking caps on. Here we go.
Oh, this is exciting. We're innovating. I feel like we're in this Facebook movie.
I never saw that. Yeah, really?
Oh, it's wonderful. And I swear I'm not saying that because Justin Timberlake is in it.
Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray. We should watch it.
Cool. I'll make the popcorn.
Guys, in 30 seconds, we went from let's change the world to let's watch TV.
I'm sorry, is that a no? That's right, we're here to focus. But didn't we used to have a list of all our ideas?
I think I still have it.
I did not get a clear answer. I'm going to set this down now.
Ah, here it is. Oh, I haven't looked at these in years. Robot girlfriend.
That was mine.
Robot prostitute.
I'm confused. Why would you need both a robot girlfriend and a robot prostitute?
It's just some things you don't do with your robot girlfriend.
Boy, when you met Bernadette, the field of robotics really took a hit.
Okay, let's just skip all the inventions you can have sex with. Here we go. Ergonomic heated seat cushion.
It vibrates, keep going.
Let's just come up with something new.
You know, a number of significant innovations have been inspired by science fiction. The geosynchronous satellite from Arthur C. Clarke, the Motorola flip phone, that came from Star Trek. Yeah, and I've long suspected that the idea of an African-American president was stolen from the movie Deep Impact.
Hey, the future they show in Back to the Future 2 is only a year away. A lot of things in that movie haven't been invented yet.
How cool would it be if we could make one of those a reality?
If we could figure out the scientific basis for Marty's hoverboard, that would have universal application.
It's possible at absolute zero, but we'd have to remove the temperature restrictions.
Oh, I have an idea.
I think I have the same one.
We gotta watch Back to the Future too.
I'll make the popcorn.
So, where should we go first?
Ooh, there's a cover band in the lounge. But they play Barry Manilow.
No.
But they're called Fairly Manilow.
Oh, okay. Great. No.
What are you gonna do?
Well, we're in Vegas. I'm gonna go downstairs, get a bucket of margaritas, dance until I vomit all over a roulette wheel, and watch it go everywhere.
What if we don't want to vomit?
Oh, you will. That's why they give you the bucket. Uh-oh.
What?
It's my boss. They moved my field right up to Monday.
What does that mean?
It means instead of having a week to study, I only have 2 days. That sucks.
Well, can you start in the morning?
It's kind of a lot. You know, let me do a little tonight and I'll catch up with you guys later.
Sure.
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
So, Penny's not coming.
We're not seeing Fairly Manilow.
Hold on, pause. Something doesn't make sense. Look, in 2015, Biff steals the sports almanac and takes the time machine back to 1955 to give it to his younger self. But as soon as he does that, he changes the future. So the 2015 he returns to would be a different 2015, not the 2015 that Marty and Doug were in.
This is Hot Tub Time Machine all over again. If future Biff goes back to 2015 right after he gives young Biff the almanac, he could get back to the 2015 with Marty and Doc did. Because it wasn't until his 21st birthday that 1955 Biff placed his first bet.
Whoa. Is place right?
What do you mean?
Is place the right tense for something that would have happened in the future of a past that was affected by something from the future?
Had will have placed.
That's my boy.
So, it wasn't until his 21st birthday that Biff will have placed his first bet and made his millions. That's when he altered the timeline.
Yeah, but he will haven't placed it.
What?
Unlike Hot Tub Time Machine, this couldn't be more simple. When Biff gets the almanac in 1955, the alternate future he creates isn't the the one in which Marty and Doc Brown ever used the time machine to travel to 2015. Therefore, in the new timeline, Marty and Doc never brought the time machine.
Wait. Is Brock right?
Marty and Doc never had brought?
I don't know. You did it to me.
I'm going with it. Marty and Doc never had brought the time machine to 2015. That means 2015 Biff could also not have brought the almanac to 1955 Biff. Therefore, the timeline in which 1955 Biff gets the almanac is also the timeline in which 1955 Biff never gets the almanac. And not just never gets. Never have, never hasn't, never hasn't.
Is right? So what kind of name is Biff? Sounds like when you pop open a can of Pillsbury dough.
Oh, that stuff is so good wrapped around cocktail weenies.
Guys.
Do you know that the word Wiener comes from the German name of the Austrian capital Vienna, or Wien?
Do you know if you look at Austria on a map, it actually looks like a wiener?
What are we doing? Well, we sent the girls away so we could focus.
I don't think it worked.
Maybe after this he'll be in the mood for some antelope.
I think after this I'll be dead.
Look at us, out while Penny's in the room studying.
I'm proud of her. This is a great opportunity. It's nice to see her take it seriously.
It is. But not about Penny. Let's talk about us. We're looking good.
We are.
Better than good. I mean, look at you. Your body's banging. Don't Amy me. We're always talking about how hot Penny is. Come on. Scientist to scientist. How big are those hadron colliders?
Embarrassing me.
Oh, don't be embarrassed. I'll show you the divot in my spine. No, it's okay. I was born with it. If you put a AA battery in there, it makes my leg kick.
All right.
Oh, this is already better. There are far fewer distractions in here.
Plus, this is where our minds are conditioned to focus on work.
So, I've been thinking about the hoverboards, and maybe there's a way we could use maglev technology.
Or if we can figure out a way to supercool the materials, we can utilize quantum coupling.
Well, I wonder if anyone's tried that.
Go online and look it up.
I can't argue with them. It's right there on the screen. Austria does look like a wiener.
That's nothing, dude. Go check out how hung Florida is.
I'm sure Mrs. Florida's walking funny. Can we get back to work?
He's right. Oh, here's a thought. What if we use some form of operant conditioning techniques to keep us from getting off topic?
Behavior modification?
Yeah, exactly. And did you know those techniques were used to actually teach pigeons to play ping pong?
That cannot be true. Hey, what's Mac's point?
Some psychologists perform operant conditioning with punishment. Maybe we can come up with a punishment for straying off topic.
Not getting to see you wins at pigeon ping pong comes to mind.
We can snap a rubber band on our wrists every time we get sidetracked.
Not bad. You know, in medieval times, idle chatter was punished with a device called the scold's bridle. It's an iron cage that's locked around the head and pierces the tongue.
Only we had one.
Oh, well, check Amazon.
We haven't complained about somebody pooping on a bunny in there.
It was us the whole time.
Why did you tell her it was working?
Was it working?
said sure.
Okay, so we agree. Whenever someone takes us off topic, they get their arm hair yanked off.
I really thought that happened on the girl who does my eyebrows will think I've been cheating on her.
Alright, now, one benefit of quantum coupling.
Boy, no question. Who decides if someone's gone off topic?
I think it'll be pretty clear. If not, we'll take a vote. Oh, also.
Ow! We didn't vote.
You didn't have to. That was clearly a tangent. Now, come on, back to work. If we're leaning towards quantum coupling, then
You said quantum coupling. That made me think of the show Quantum Leap. That's a tangent and it's your fault.
Ridiculous. Sheldon, I thought that is not a tangent.
Yeah, thank you. And now I owe you one.
That was your fault.
That is a lot of hair. And now I'm going to hear it from Jenny.
Everyone stop. This was a stupid idea. Negative reinforcement isn't working.
I think you mean positive punishment. Negative reinforcement is the removal of a positive stimulus. It's a common mistake.
Reinforcement is really wrong.
Well, it's used incorrectly all the time. Even Bill Murray makes that mistake in the first scene of Ghostbusters.
No way. Not Bill Murray.
I'm studying the effect of negative reinforcement on ESP.
Bill Murray did get it wrong.
Jump ahead of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
No!
Leonard's right. We can't just jump ahead. You have to watch the whole movie.
We keep procrastinating. Oh, we saw Back to the Future 2, pigeons playing ping pong, a bunch of countries that look like genitals, and one guy whose genitals look like Denmark.
Yeah, sorry for clicking on that.
It's late. We've wasted hours. Can we please find it in ourselves to do any amount of work tonight?
But we didn't see them bust one ghost.
So you're saying we should stand here in my lab on a Saturday night and watch the rest of Ghostbusters on a crappy laptop?
No.
What are you doing so loud?
Yep, shake that thing.
Have you ever seen a bun so fun?
We had some pretty hot corpses in my anatomy class, but none of them look like that.
Good morning. You want to go to the pool? Come on, you said it yourself. Only nerds and losers stay in the room.
Wow, it's bright out, isn't it bright?
I should probably close these curtains.
Nah, bye. Please close the drapes.
Okay.
I like your suit.
Oh, thanks. Got a couple new outfits for work.
How's it feel knowing your fiance's job is to go out, flirt with doctors, looking like that, while you sit here, looking like this?
She doesn't flirt with doctors.
Yeah, it's all very professional.
You know when you bend over, I can see down your shirt.
Okay, good.
Speaking of new careers, how are things going with Dark Matter, Sheldon?
Yeah, I have to say it's the most exciting time in the history of the field.
Oh, what's going on?
I started doing it.
You know the government funded the biggest experiment yet to detect dark matter?
Yeah, I read about that. They're sending research teams down into abandoned salt mines.
No, Shannon, if we apply to be one of those teams, it could be be on the ground floor of something big. Not just for theoretical physics, but for astrophysics as well.
But hang on. You guys are gonna work in a mine?
Why not?
You had a panic attack when we went through the car wash.
Perhaps the emotion you're referring to was shock at you having something clean.
I think what Penny meant is the thought of you two in a mine is kind of funny. It's like a cat riding a Roomba.
And I get scared they'll have those hats with the lights on them, because down there it's night all the time.
Maybe we could ride around in one of those mine carts that go.
Yeah, it'll help them get away when they see a ghost.
Are they making fun of us?
Yep.
I miss the old days when I couldn't tell.
Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state that nearly 14 million years ago. Expansion started way back. Organic Coleoptero began to grow Neanderthals and Belgians. We built the wall into the pyramids. Math, science, history, and math. And the mystery that all started with a Big Bang.
So one of my favorite video games of all time is called Shadow of the Colossus. And it was only for PlayStation 2, but then they came out with a new version for PS3 with better graphics. I finally got a chance to play it, and for some reason, it just wasn't as good as the first one. Or something about yoga.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about work.
Well, I was just saying that there was this video game.
Yeah, that's when I started thinking about work. Listen, I've got some good news. This is for you.
What is this?
Well, you know how they gave me the company car? Didn't make sense then too, so I sold the other one.
The one I gave you?
Yeah, and there's your money back. Now we're even. How great is that?
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, come on, Leonard. I know the car was a thoughtful gesture, and I really appreciate it, but it doesn't make sense to have both.
You're right.
What should I have done? Taken a picture of us in the car, put it in a pink frame with puffy paint around it that says, best fiance ever?
Don't sound like that.
Well, good, because that's what I did!
Thank you. Guys, that is so sweet.
No, it's not that sweet. I paid for the frame with your money and then got a massage.
You know what? You don't have to do this. You
Why?
The car was a gift. It was something you needed. I was happy to help you out.
And I really appreciate it, but now I don't need it, so there you go.
Oh, this is silly. So you don't need the car, but you could use it, buy yourself something else, like a new purse to put all this money in.
Sweetie, I can buy my own stuff. I have a good job now.
I know, and I'm proud of you, but that doesn't mean I can't do something nice, right?
Okay, I don't want this to turn into a fight.
But I don't either.
Great. Thank you. Can you pass this all, please?
Sure. In my mind, that broke the tension with comedy and made the sense.
Hey, Sheldon, you busy?
I'm always busy. This mind is capable of advanced multitasking. Currently, I'm attempting to solve the Penrose conjecture. I'm composing my Nobel acceptance speech for when I've solved the Penrose conjecture. And I'm wondering how mermaids have babies.
Don't they lay eggs on a rock?
Now I've got room for another thing. What do you want?
So I did a little research on what the conditions are like in the mines, and the guys might be right. Sounds pretty rough down there. For starters, it's very humid and about 100 degrees.
I'm from Texas, and you're from India. We're no strangers to the fragrant armpit. Next.
It's also a live mine, so there'll be dynamite explosions going off in the distance.
Yeah, I have a lactose-intolerant roommate with a taste for ice cream. Next.
Oh, you have to be down there for 12 hours at a time.
Have to be somewhere.
Well, there's no toilet, so we'll have to do a business in a bucket.
So, it's settled. We're not doing it.
Look, I get it, but before we pass up on an incredible opportunity, I was thinking about when I was training to go to space, They put him in a simulated environment.
Interesting.
You're suggesting that we recreate the conditions of the mind to see if we can handle it.
Exactly.
Very well.
So where should we do it?
Well, I'll just Google hot, dark, and moist, see what comes up.
Sheldon.
No, look, there's all kinds of videos.
Hey, Jessica,
Hey, sure.
I was hoping we could talk about money again.
Oh. That.
Of course you do. Not just a genius in bed. You sure are, baby.
You two want to be alone?
I want you to know, I get why you don't want the money. You've got this new job, you're excited about being financially independent, and I am nothing but proud of you.
Thank you so much. It feels so good to hear you say that. I want you to know that I get this job kind of changes the balance in our relationship, and I'm trying to be sensitive to that.
What?
Well, I just think that maybe you're a little hung up on the money because I'm less reliant on you now, and that's a little scary.
Maybe. Or maybe I'm trying to do something nice, and maybe you had a problem with it because of your control issues.
Control issues. Or maybe, now that I'm no longer an out-of-work actress who can't pay for her own dinner, that makes you a little insecure.
I can't believe you can say that. You know how insecure I am about my insecurities.
I'm sorry. It's stupid to fight over money.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. We're about to share the rest of our lives together. It is our money. Who cares who has it?
Ugh, you're right. Who cares? Put that money out of my back pocket or I'll break your fingers.
Huh. All this time I never knew there was steam tunnels down here.
Most universities have them. When I was an undergrad, I spent 3 days in one pledging a sorority.
Did you get in?
No, they forgot I was there, but it really opened up my pores.
Well, according to my research, the steam tunnels below this access point should be the closest analog to the mines.
It's going to be so much more accurate than the steam room at the gym.
Plus, there's almost no chance we'll see any of our co-workers half naked.
Or totally naked. I love Howard, but the dude needs a little shave.
Amy, this walkie-talkie is yours. If we run into any problems, I'll contact you. And if anything bad happens, what's the rule?
Save you first, come back for Raj only if there's time.
We're going to be fine.
Sheldon, I'm really impressed you're willing to try this.
Admittedly, this brushes up against my well-known aversions to heat, small places, going below floor level, dampness, hatches, ladders, darkness, echoes, and eliminating in Home Depot buckets. And that last one is quite new, but I have a feeling that's going to rocket to the top of the list.
I'm sweating already.
Yeah, is the person beneath you allow me to say, I know?
How hot is it?
700. Oh, no, wait, it's on clock. The real answer isn't much better. 102 degrees.
That's what we wanted. This is as hot as the mine.
True. Sheldon's mind simulation log, entry 1. Cooper Polly's restating of the obvious and already getting on my nerves.
Thanks again for having us.
Of course. You guys want to talk about it?
Well, now that we're engaged, we had some questions about how do you handle money as a couple.
Well, if you weren't going to ask us to swim with them.
I didn't think they were going to. I just wanted to have a way to say no without hurting women's feelings.
Well, maybe.
So what did you want to know?
Well, do you guys ever fight over money?
Sure, sometimes. It can be a little awkward since I make so much more money than Howie.
You know, he said so much.
I didn't say that. conspiracy. I thought that I should.
Well, I brought a lot of significant assets with me.
Like what? 13 complete set of Star Trek collector plates?
For your information, I just bought the last one I needed on eBay.
Without asking?
Only 3 minutes left in the auction, and it was a mint condition Scotty from a smoke-free home.
How much, Alan?
Not a lot.
How much?
Let's not talk about this in front of our friends.
Was it more or less than factory school?
For the 10th time, that was a crouton.
I thought it was full with him.
How are you feeling?
Good. Don't claustrophobic.
Let's set up the equipment. That'll take your mind off of it.
Miners often sing mining songs to keep their spirits up.
Do you know any mining songs? Just the hands.
Where it's dark as a dungeon and it's damp as the dew.
That's pretty.
Where the dangers are double and the pleasures are few. Where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine.
It's a little more bleak than I thought.
Celebrate when I'm dead and the ages shall roll. Then my body will blacken and turn into coal.
Looking kind of grim.
Then I'll look from the door of my heavenly home and pity the miner that finds my poor bone.
Okay, how about a little Miley Cyrus next?
Who's he?
Talk about wasted money. What about the late fees on our credit card because somebody didn't pay the bill on time?
Yeah, I would have paid it if I wasn't also doing everything else around here.
Oh, you're saying you don't do anything right? Look at my Toto.
I have a
I
cord.
see. Do the dishes. There's a star right there.
That is a pretty star. Putting water in the roasting pan and leaving it in the sink is not doing the dishes.
That pan had to soak, and you know it.
Don't come crying to me when you don't get your allowance.
What allowance? It's a stipend. And we said we weren't going to call it our allowance. We're my friends.
I usually don't like lemon bars, but these are really good.
So, as Hannah Montana, Miley was a world-famous pop star. But then she would take off her wig and go to school like a normal girl, which, I don't have to tell you, at that age is its own headache.
That's preposterous. How would she go unrecognized just by wearing a wig?
But you're okay with Superman concealing his identity with a pair of glasses?
He doesn't just put on a pair of glasses. He comes back his curly cute and affects a mild-mannered personality. I told you to use the walkie-talkie. Please keep this channel clear for emergencies. Thank you.
I'm going to the vending machine. Do you want anything?
This is a simulation. You have to survive on the supplies we brought.
Should have asked her to get some Funyuns.
You're not going to have Funyuns when you're a mile below the surface.
What if we brought them down with us?
We'll take some Funyuns.